Welcome back, everybody. Tonight we're going to be doing the Gnecro Journal, Chapter 2. So, we ended the last session by buying a bunch of spells, and all those goodies. And we ended up at level 3. So we're going to try to go for about an hour or so tonight. And we'll see how far we get. Let's see. Those of you who watched the first episode notice I have not moved or anything from where I logged out last time. Yeah, I apologize for it taking so long to get the next episode going. But me and a few friends got the static group going, and we're trying to get our characters leveled up some before Canark hits on the Throneblade server. A couple of us are boxing 2 characters, but seems to be going pretty good so far. Oh, he's just showing off with his run speed. As we got our static group's like a 6-man group. I'm boxing a mage and a druid. You got one guy playing a paladin, another guy playing a ranger, and another boxing a druid. Oh, not a druid. Yeah, a druid and a wizard. We just all hit 30 and 31 tonight. We probably could, if it wouldn't be for me going on vacation, we'd probably be a little higher, but they kind of waited around on me to get back to play some more. That was awfully nice of them. Alright, we be level 3 now. So we're probably going to go back to that them kobold camps. Don't need the map for this. Remember, some of them kobolds are like level 5 and stuff, so they may be a little rough, but that's probably the best experience we can get right now. Unless we want to just kill a bunch of low-level stuff. Next level, we'll get our... Yep, level 4, we'll get our next pit. That's going to help out some. We're fresh into 3, so it might be a little rough. There's our Skelly. He's only level 5. Yeah, so this gives us a good idea of what we can handle. If we die and go back, then we'll have to reevaluate things. But it looks like we might be in good shape. He's hitting kind of hard. Looking at all the corpses over here, looks like someone's already been over here killing. That's the worst part about a low level. What if we can pick up some, oh yeah, they left some loot on there. That's like free spell money right there. Can actually wear that. We can wear that. Definitely take all that stuff. Can't beat free loot. Good thing is these aren't social, so we don't pull like the whole camp, because that would be bad. Very bad. We'll die a very nasty, horrible death. I've debated on whether or not to even... I got a bunch of stuff in my claim window right now. I can claim the Dreamweave. I've been debating on whether or not to go ahead and claim that just for the extra storage space. Because right now we only got 2 bags and maybe enough gold to buy maybe 2 bags once we do all the selling. And we could definitely use a storage space. Yeah, we'll go ahead and claim it. That will definitely come in handy. And we handled that last level 5 pretty easily, but this one's kicking our butts. Dang. There we go. You don't want to turn your back to the mob because they do extra damage to you. At least that's what happened in my experience. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but just from what I'm seeing, you seem to take more damage if you turn and run and they're hitting you in the back. So you backpedal a little bit and just let the pit kind of kill them off. Now's the boring part. Well, what level are we? 3? Got the experience off that. We're going to do the which ones of these is yellow com? We're fixing to do like a little cheater trick here. And he's like trapped inside the hut. Heck, I was just going to die and respawn at the city entrance, but if we happen to kill him, then we kill him. Well, we probably will not. Do I have enough bone chips? Yeah, I got 10. Yeah, we'll try to live, see what happens. 613 mana, we got 10. Of course. And we lived. We just might go in this mid up and keep grinding. That was pretty interesting. I was trying to keep y'all from getting too bored from just sitting there just watching me mid. It's not very exciting. I'm sitting there going mid up. Going to look over our spells. So level 4, we get our next pit. We get Clinging Darkness, which only it's like a snare, slows our movement rate, and does a little bit of damage every 8 seconds. Kind of like our Disease Cloud here does 5 damage and 1 every 6 seconds. Disease Clouds basically prevent their natural regen from occurring. This makes them run slower, but it's also not the most mana efficient either. Got Poison Bolt. This is where most of our damage is going to come from at level 4. That and our pit. Level 6 we get it. It's kind of like I don't want to really call it a heal, but you basically transfer hit points from yourself to your target. So you can kind of ghetto heal your pet a little bit. And this one's going to be help us out a lot. It's going to make our hit points go down, but our mana is going to go up. So that keeps our mana regen up, which is always a good thing. We'll get one of these even con ones here. We'll life tap him a little bit to get our hit points up. And we're 30% into the level already. Let's see what other spells we got that I can talk about while we're waiting. Fatigue, Darkback. Ward Undead, of course, you know it's an undead direct damage spell, only works against undead. Gather Shadows, that's our invisibility. Mend Bones, that's your pet heal. And then we got Bone Walk, which is we get our next pit at 4, then our next pit after that at level 8. We'll go after this even con inside the tent. We can probably go up to level 5 right here at this camp right here. After that, we'll probably head to Greater Fate Arc. It might be a little challenging, but we'll try the Bandit Camp. If I remember correctly, they're about level 8 or so. But we may, instead of doing that, we may try the entrance to Crushbone. Supposed to be a mob in there, but it's not like the other one. Now we do the boring stuff. Have some water out of my skull mug. I already had my fermented beverages earlier tonight. So hopefully by the end of, I know I did about an hour and a half last time. I'm gonna try to keep it down to about an hour or so for each episode. just to make the watching not so boring. Because eventually, you know, it does get kind of tiresome watching the same thing over and over and over again. Like, all I'm doing is auto attacking Disease Cloud and letting the pet beat on it. It's pretty much just rinse and repeat until we hit level 4. Then instead of Disease Cloud, it'd be Poison Bolt. And then a lot more medding. We'll kill the mobs faster, but we'll spend more time sitting on our heinies. Oh, those are yellow cons. Let's see what we got across the way over here. Yep, there's some even cons over here. Now, if anyone does decide to ever come back to EverQuest, make sure you download. Go look, do a search for Brewall. Brewall's maps. They make a big difference. I mean, like, huge difference. The maps are pretty good, but they're more for the live server. So, like Kazakh Thul shows all the higher end names and all that stuff. But you know, the map is kind of accurate. So if you look at the default map, here's the default map. See, it doesn't show a lot of things that Brewall's does. You see, Brewall shows the kobold camps and everything, whereas the default, it shows where the huts are at. But we have it labeled here, and a lot more labels on Brewalls. So here, nothing labeled over by the windmills, Brewalls. You actually see the vendor names and all that stuff. See, this area here is not even in a game yet. This here don't come out until Secrets of Fadeware. Looks like I may have to life tap a little bit on this mob. Get her hit points back up. That's quick and easy. We're almost halfway through the level already. It's starting to speed up a little bit. You know, the Necromancer kind of... What's going to suck is when we get to the levels where all the pet spells are research only. That's going to be... It's going to be like horrible unless we can find them for sale or something like that. Or if we can find the supplies and craft them ourselves. But you have to work on your research and all that stuff. And it's not much of a trade skiller. I'd prefer just find someone that already has it put together and buy it. But around level 31, I know for sure there's one spell that we need to buy. That's Call of Bones, which is research only. That's like the first big game changer for a Gnecro. Your mana regen goes way up through the roof. So maybe time for a little mid break if all these are yellow cons. Oh, it's white con there. Get Disease Cloud on, would be good. Yep. We'll probably need a little mid break after this one. Not doing too hot on making money currently though. Unless we can find something like name camps, something what we get in our 20s that we can solo, it's gonna be money's gonna be a real problem on the server, I think. There it is. Go over and plop our butts down and sit down and meditate. See what else I can point out that what I got done on my UI here. As you see, I got all the hotbars up. That's just an old habit from playing on live because you get so many abilities and clickies and all that stuff. You damn near fill all these hotbars up. On this server, I probably won't need it for a couple of years, but old habits die hard. What else I got on here? Yeah, being someone who's raided for years, I always have the show first name and the show all. When you go on a raid, you want to click that show first. That way, all it shows is just the first name of all the characters on the raid. And when I'm out in a group or something, I want to see what guild someone's in or anything like that. You know, I just have the show all. And of course, I have a corpse drag and a corpse drop button. That's one thing I recommend everyone to do if I haven't done it yet. Auto consent. There are no corpse runs in the game, so no one can like drag your corpse off and hide it or nothing like that. So you might as well auto consent. That way, group you're in, or if you join a guild or whatever, they can drag your body somewhere safe and they can res it. What's I got on here? Of course, I keep a pet attack and a pet back off hotkey, assist main hotkey. You know, I'm probably not going to do any grouping with this character here. This character's mainly just for this channel and for me to play around with the Gnecro and hang out with all of you. Even though you can hit Control S to sit, I also put a sit button on number 4. It's just one of my, like I said, one of my old habits. Well, he's hitting a little harder, so we're gonna have to life tap him a little bit. Alright, what we're going to do now, we'll take a buy and wound button, put it right here. So you can see you start out with 20 bandages. You can actually buy and wound while you're sitting, and the old school EverQuest, you can only buy and wound up to 50%. Now you can buy and wound up to 70%. If you're playing a Gnecro, I definitely recommend keeping bandages on you and buy and wound as you're leveling up. Between Lich and face tanking and other Gnecro strategies, you're going to need a way to heal yourself other than life taps, because sometimes you just don't want to burn your mana on it. Right now we just regen so fast. But here in probably 4 or 5 levels, you'll start buying wounding a lot. You know, I usually play a XR Gnecro just for the regen. But since Kunark is not out on the server yet, I'm going Gnome. And honestly, I'm probably going to stay Gnome this time. I'm not going to do the whole race change thing or anything like that. That's what I did on the Aerodone. Is I started out as a Erudite Gnecro, and then when Kunark hit, I bought a race change potion and changed to XR. They do make the best Necros. You know, get that little AC bump and the regeneration, which helps counterbalance the Lich. Definitely worth doing. So basically what I'm saying, if you come to the Throneblade server after, I think Kunark hits in about 2 weeks, You want to play a Necromancer? Definitely go Ixar. Cabela's takes a little bit to learn how to get around in, but it's not really all that bad, especially if you download the Bural's maps. You'll be fine. 64%. Just pounding away in the mob's face with our big old two-handed stick. Doing shit for damage. %71%. See, typically by the time I finish up with these Cobalt camps, you almost have a full set of cloth armor. Which, you know, has no stats or anything like that, but you're starting fresh on a server. You know, a couple AC here, a point AC there, 3 there. Your robe's only 2 event. You know, sometimes you get a cloth tunic to drop. Obviously, we need waist, gloves. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 more pieces, and we get a full set of cloth. I might actually find some on the vendors if we sell. It'll take long to get your hit points and mana back at the low levels. See how much we're gonna get per Q. He is level 4. So what do you think? Yep, about 5, a little over 5%. He is level 5. We're probably going to get about 7% off him. So this should bring us up to about 83. We'll see if my math is going to be right here in a minute. And one thing I have noticed on this server has been since any named can drop any loot from another name of the same level. You see level 45 plus characters camping level 15, 20 mobs. It's nuts. You think they would go to like Lower Guck or Saw A or Saw B or something like that and camp those for the chance of higher level gear, but nope. They're all camping the lower level mobs, keeping lower level characters from getting any kind of gear. I've been fortunate to get a few named on my mage. But they've been between luck and just few and far in between. Just getting any of the camps is a pain in the butt. I forgot to see what that gave us. Sorry guys, I forgot to look at how much that level 5 was going to give us. Alright, we'll try to pay more attention on the next one once we made up a little bit. So kind of what else I want to talk about? Oh yeah, all these chat windows and stuff I use down here. You can see I use got one for a group and guild. You know, that's just one of my standard settings, like when I'm raiding. You want to make sure you pay attention what the guild and all that stuff's saying. I know it requires a little switching back and forth, but I'd rather have 3 chat windows up instead of multiple, or have so much crap in one window that it's hard to pay attention to. Here's general chat. See, this is the spell that we want at level 31, someone's selling right now, which we do not have the money for. His main chest is where I track the loot, money, etc. For my spells, my spell damage and all that stuff, then my pet damage. Up here behind my bearded smiling face is where I put the out of character, shout, auction, and then just the spam boxes. Well, just all the excess information I don't want to see, I just put those in like its own little box and just hide it. Now, I used to use game parse a lot, so you still want the information coming through so you can still parse it. But not necessarily, you just don't want to look at it necessarily. Oh, sorry about the yawn, it's starting to get late here. Been a long day. And we've been going about 30 minutes, so I'm going to try to do about another 30 minutes before I call it. I was hoping to try to hit level 5 tonight, but does not look like we're going to be able to do it. But we'll definitely hit level 4 and get a good chunk into 4 more than likely. Is that one of the pieces we need? Yep. We're only 2 pieces away from a full suit of cloth. Alright. I forgot how much XP we had. 94. Ooh, a shaman. I don't want to fight that. Level 5. Alright. We are at 94. Y'all help me remember that. 94%. You're in charge of my memory currently. So let me slide this over a little bit where I can get to my spell slot. I can't see his hit point. There we are. We'll just move it down. So it's 6-7%. Alrighty. New pet. And that one, we'll take the... Make sure I'm moving the right spell. Put it back here. Put my snare there. Move the pet to page 2. Tell him to go away. We have no more need of your service. Just gotta put them into order I like them. I always like my left tap on top, my snare second. I always go with my long duration disease in the 3rd slot. A lot of times my poison does end up in the 4th slot depending on what spell set I'm using. And we'll go and throw our minor shielding. It'll be a while before I always put my feigned death down here, so I'll slap my minor shielding in there for now. Alright. Let's see what he's a yellow con to us. He's only a blue. Hey, how hard is that pit hitting for? 14, whereas our other pit was hitting maximum of 8. Might make, if we hit level 5, that would be pretty sweet. I mean, that would actually meet my goal for tonight. And meeting your goals is very important. So 2.05%. So we're getting between 5. We're getting a little over 3.8% per kill. So it's going to be a little bit before we get to the next level. Have to kill about 33 to 35 kobolds probably. And we're only going to go for another 25 minutes. Interesting challenge. Of course, we may end up going over again. You know, it's like last time I was playing on an hour and I did almost an hour and a half. Sit back and meditate up. Let's see what else I want to cover with everybody. Another thing that's different from the early days of EverQuest. Used to, you'd have to go to your guildmaster to learn. Every time you get a new level, you get to go learn your skills. Like meditate, you didn't get meditate to level 4. Now you just about start out with it. And first level, you start out maxed out in every skill that you have. You know, they change a lot on your stat windows too. Even tells you how much of actual AC you have, how much avoidance you have. All these are heroic mods. We won't see none of those heroic spell mods or spell damage mods for a while yet. Stats, just like you won't see anything in this little area right here. Probably I think until Planes of Power. I think some of the time gear will have some heroic stats on it. Okay, I got a decent amount of loyalty tokens left. Mercenaries, it's Seeds of Destruction, if I remember correctly. Let's get back to killing. I keep using the Z-Cloud. I keep forgetting I got a Poison Bolt too. Which only uses 18 mana to 10 mana, so it's 8 more mana. We're gonna have 114 mana to use. And I forgot to turn my auto attack on. So we'll start using Poison Bolt, see if this speeds it up. Of course, the Seed Cloud was 5 damage initially and 1 per tick. Poison Bolt 6 damage initially and 10 per tick. I think it should tell us in the spell description, yeah. And it lasts for 24 seconds, so it should be enough to kill pretty much anything we got. At least in this area. Oop, he resisted. See down here, that's put my spell failures down here so you can see the resist. See how much damage you're doing, whether or not you get interrupted or anything like that. If I was raiding, I'd actually have a whole nother window just for when my dots wore off, so I can stay on top of all that. Anyone who tells you that Necros aren't good DPS during the pop era, they are lying through their teeth. If you know the class, get you a good dot rotation going. you could be easily in the top 10 in your guild in DPS. I've done that time after time after time. Just find you a dot rotation. Like I start with usually with the longer duration ones. That way you don't build up so much aggro early. And that way we get down to, you get about 5-6 dot zone before you even got to worry about fading off to any aggro. And then once you get them all rolling, it's just recast, feign death. You know, you cast about 3-4 dots, you feign death. Because every 6 seconds, and you got anywhere between 7 to 10 dots on a mob, you're going to pull aggro. And it's not going to be pretty if you pull a raid mob. It's going to be summon, splat. I'm sitting there watching the Throne Blade auction. I got it up on my screen on top of my desk. So far we can't afford nothing, but someone's selling a Savant Cap for 15 platinum. That would be a decent upgrade. There's a bunch of stuff just flew through. There's a bunch of gold and sapphire stuff going from 500 to 700 to 800. So that's prices are coming down a little bit on that. Get a little water lifting my mustache. I need to spend more time killing than less time talking, don't I? Oh, we are not going to hit level 5 tonight. Fizzle, fizzle. Resist, resist. It was only 10% of my mana. And I probably should not have cast it that time since he was dying so fast. That was a wasted mana. Not very efficient of me. He's a blue con. We'll just melee him. Save that mana. Yeah, looks like one of my buddies that lost his internet connection tonight is back online. As if he did not jump back in over to Discord, so we will continue our little escapade here. Still got about another 20 minutes or so, I think. We're 1/4% in the level. We are definitely making some progress now. See a few people on my friends list is getting on the Steam. One of the reasons I picked the gnome is I don't like real tall races, but you know, eventually I may decide to raid on a Gnecro again. But you know, I decided, yeah, well, I pretty much decided this character here is gonna be my just gonna document the whole journey from level 1 on up. So I may not do any raid videos or anything like that. Honestly, I haven't decided if I want to get back into raiding or not after my last little hiatus. I've done so much progression raiding over the last 5-6 years. There's only so much planes of power you can take. You know, the Agnar server was like where I wanted to be. You know, a pop lock server. You know, it was going to be great. And within, it's probably just within, as soon as they hit pop, introduced another progression server and it pretty much killed it. Every once in a while I log in over there just to look at all my gear and all that stuff. But the guild I was in's moved on to other servers. They have a couple of, I think there's still a few guilds that still get together and raid on there and do like a, what do they call them, basically they all get together and try to sell all the loot or something. Which I don't know how effective that is on a dead, I consider Agnar a dead server at this point. Getting groups over there is like impossible. You can still log in and raid if you wanted to, or if you met the right people, you could probably get a good static group. But finding any pickup groups, anything like that, I think it's pretty much gone. Which is kind of sad, actually. Let's see, 5. Let's see how much experience we're getting off level 5s. We're at 38.2% right now. We're getting about 4% per kill on level 5s. Got another gnome moving in on our little camp over here. We'll have a little mid break after this one. And we got something with my dead burn eyeball. Exactly what everyone wants to tune in to see. This old bald bearded guy digging in his eyeball on YouTube, playing a 20-plus-year-old game, drinking out of a skull mug. I love when people start auctioning, but they don't put prices. And then when you send them a tail, they quote you a price that's like twice the going rate. Like, nope, I'll pass. It's like I think it was on Aerodome. There was this, I can't remember the enchanter's name, but they were selling enchanted jewelry. And you look up all the prices of the stuff, see how much it costs them to actually make it, and they're charging double of the cost. You just gotta shake your head. I understand they're trying to make money because they put time into learning a trade skill, but charging double of what it costs them to make it, that's outrageous. Maybe mark it up 20% or something like that. But sitting there trying to charge double. Try to explain that to them too, because I wasn't gonna buy it. Selling like a platinum ruby veil for like, what was it? Almost 900 plat or something like that. platinum bars are just right around 100 plat. Rubies are just, I think, just over 100 plat. I'm trying to sell platinum jasper rings for like 250, 300 plat a piece. %, and well, yeah, it does not look like we're going to make level 5 tonight. I just really want to get to level 5 tonight. Level 6 is when we get our next spells anyway. Level 5's Origin. Which that could definitely be useful. Got some of those Eats of Life things they've added in. Why am I not hitting this guy? They're swinging away, and the guy was, this dang Cobalt was still at 100%. Like, what the heck? Gotta love fizzles. So what are we gonna do when we're only a wrist away from having a full suit? So probably still gonna need to sell at the end of the night. So that's probably where we'll end it at. We'll try to go get it back to that hour point of actual playtime, which looks like we maybe have about 10 minutes left. And we'll go sell and log out. I'll try to get episode 3 up sometime this weekend. Got a couple of things planned Friday and Saturday night, but I'll try to do either Friday or Saturday or during the day, try to get episode 3 done. That's going to be a little rougher because we can get to 5 here, but finding a spot to get to 5 to probably 6 or 7, that's going to be a little more challenging, especially just going the strictly solo route. You know, Crushbone, you could get overwhelmed with 3 or 4 mobs. If I can get the entrance area, there's only one spot where you could potentially get 3. And that could get a little janky, but he's even. We'll go ahead and just melee him. We should be able to take him. It's 70-something%. It's gonna be close. Go over and sit down and mid up. I really would like to try to get to level 5 tonight. So, yeah, we may go over a little bit again. And my water is empty, so I gotta go to the water bottle. I always drink plenty of fluids. See, while we're looking, drag a corpse is basically just corpse drag. There's another macro you can set up to actually set up to target other corpses. You can target someone's corpse and you can drag them going that route. That way if they're into walls or you can't see them or anything like that. Of course I got a corpse drop button. Like I said, it's got the show 4, which shows everything, and show 1 just shows your first name. That's the only actual macros I have currently. We'll go ahead and get all the way up to full mana. That way we can hopefully hit level 5 before we have to med up again and before it gets too long. I could probably edit some bits and pieces out of this out, but I'm trying to do try not to do that. I'm trying to show the straight gameplay of getting leveling the Gnecro up from beginning to end. A little late on the disease cloud. Even kind, we'll go poison bolt. Yellow con. We're gonna get jiggy with it here. We'll let my pet solo that one over there, and I'll take this one. I'm gonna see who wins. Will it be Gnecro or Vobeaker? And Vobeaker wins. Of course, she was fighting a lower level con, and we engaged it first, but hey. %. I don't think I bought gate. I may have to look up, find out where the gate spell's bought at, knocking on. I think it's funny how they'll just stand in front of them and just cast a spell on their face before they try to start smacking on you. %. Yeah, we're gonna make it. And we're not quite hour into the video, so yeah, we're gonna grind up level 5 definitely. Maybe try to get a little bit of a buffer, although you don't really lose XP until level 6 anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But we definitely need to take a little med break, even though we're at 97.8%. It's like so close you can be like, almost taste it. It's like, ooh, I'm almost got that level. Yeah, watch the auction here a little bit. Dang, I'm probably gonna sleep good tonight. I'm yawning like crazy currently. Ooh, hooded black cloak for 2K. Yikes. Yeah, I know it's a nice hit point cloak, but dang, 2K, it's a little rich for a young server. It's only a couple weeks old. That's another good thing about the servers. All the loot is tradable too. So like all the like planar loot that drops in hate and fear, you can sell that stuff. Give it to alts, etc. Guys, a deceiver, which is no drop, you can actually sell. So you should be able to do like most your epic and all that stuff without I wonder if we can still claim those. Yeah. Do we want to claim a free bunny? Yeah, we'll claim the Aerolissy bunny. I want to turn our skeleton into a bunny. Ain't he cute? Alright, so we probably want to try to get level 5 and probably maybe 10% in. There's level 5. Now what we need to do is go here, go find our origin, make us a hotkey. That's gonna make getting back to town a heck of a lot easier. We want about 10%. A little bit of a lag spike right there. Greedy, I'm taking it all. 4%. Ooh, Raven skill chest card for 100. I wouldn't mind having that for my rogue. I do plan on playing a rogue here eventually. Trying so hard just not to 100% main a Gnecro, because I've done that on the last 3 or 4 progression servers I played on. That's why I'm only doing like the part-time thing just for this channel for playing a Gnecro. Yeah, looks like this one or the next one gives us that little 10% buffer that we wanted. %. This one should do it. If not, or this one plus a dark blue will do it. It'll be pretty close. Be in that ballpark that we want anyway. Whether that's left field or right field, we won't know. There's that 10%. And for just for giggles, we will melee the blue down. Just because we feel like it. We're nothing but a murder hobo. Life tap. And we is practically out of mana. 1.4%. We got what? 3 mana? Alrighty. Puts us almost 12%, which is good. We're going to Origin back. It's one of those quality of life things they added to the game. Even melees, if you get trapped in a dungeon or something like that, no one can. All the people that want to teleport out and leave you. Or gate, or if you got a bunch of casters and just gate out and leave you. Now you can Origin out. Alrighty. We're not a mage, so we don't need Malachite. Not doing trade skills, we don't need that. I do not like the small bags, so they're gone. And we're going to sell iron rights because we could use that gold for not now. Now the bandages, we're going to keep those. Like I said earlier, you would be buying wounding a lot. Alright, that gets us up to 5 plat. This was what they call Gnecro supplies here. What we got? Oh, mainly just robes. General spells, here we are. We got that level. Scroll down. There's gate. Want that one. Do we have up to level 8? Do we have a level lesser shielding? No, we do not. So we're going to take lesser shielding. It didn't buy it. There it goes. Bought it that time. What we'll do is we'll put gate here now. Move gate there. We'll put lesser shielding up here. Move that over here. Might need to get some more bone chips here pretty soon. Just see if anyone's sold any. Sometimes you get lucky and you'll find some on a vendor. But probably not in the Necromancer Guild, come to think about it. But we do need to find the bag vendor, which... Where are we at on here? Here we are. We're going the wrong way. Here we go. Now it's getting turned around again. That ran to the wall. One of the disadvantages of being short. I need a step stool to see over that little hill. But tall races get like all hung up against walls and ceilings and all that stuff, and it's really a pain in the butt. So God, there, one of these, if I remember, it sells bags. There we are. What we really want is large bags. The reason for large bags is you're only 1 pound. It holds 6 large items. Look at the backpack. It's 3 pounds for 8 large items. So 2 extra pounds to hold 2 more items, and we are limited on strength. So we see right here where my mouse pointer is circling. It's our strength. Now, if you can find them and you can afford them, the best thing are the medicine pouches that shamans use for alchemy. They're 8 slots, but they only weigh 1 pound. But you're gonna spend, it's gonna cost you a platinum a piece, whereas these are like 4 gold a piece. Now we gotta line our bags up. Let's see, anything else that we want to accomplish tonight? Then we got all of our spells that we needed. Now I can sell that copper band. Don't need that. We'll vendor dive some bone chips real quick. Might be some on the outside merchant. But we don't need to go to the bank or anything like that, so I'll let you go ahead and run outside this session, and we'll vendor dive. That way we can start fresh on the next session. I know it says I'm going to go about an hour, and here we are about an hour and 10 or something like that in. And we'll check this general supply merchant here. No bone chips. He's having just 9 bone chips. This makes me a little nervous. If we decide we want to do something risky next time, if we keep losing our pet, the next thing we ain't get no bone chips, and we'll lose a pretty decent portion of our damage at this early levels. Of course, we could always run the G-Fay and vendor dive over there. I'm pretty sure there's going to be the bone chips at Kelethan. Should be a vendor in here. And there's not. And I was going the wrong way. Let's check, see if there's a vendor in here. If not, we'll run over to the Druid Circle real quick, which is not very far. See, some people buy sewing kits for bags, but they're got the same weight, but you don't get they hold giant items though, whereas backpacks and large bags only hold large items. But there's only a handful of giant items in the game. Jewelry ring is right over there. This will be the last vendor we hit up. But we did meet our goal of hitting level 5 tonight. 12% in. And she does not have bone chips. Alright, so we will log out right here. And we'll come back in. I'll try to figure out where to go to level up next. I'm thinking maybe the bandit camp in G-Fay. May try over by the Minotaur caves, see if there's something over in that area we can hit. May go back and try those skeletons again. There's a few options. I'll come up with something between now and then. And that's it. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining me. If you hung around this long, you have a lot more intestinal fortitude than what I'll give you credit for. And we'll see everyone next time.